It usually begins in childhood. Someone gives you a message you never asked to carry. Maybe a parent sighed and said, "Why are you crying again?" Maybe a teacher rolled their eyes. Maybe a friend laughed. Maybe someone you loved accused you of being dramatic, too emotional, or overly sensitive. And slowly, without even noticing the moment it happened, you built a story about yourself. A story that said your feelings are a problem, your tears are a flaw, your sensitivity is something you should hide. But what if that story was never yours to begin with? What if the world misunderstood you from the start? What if the very thing you were shamed for is one of the rarest forms of emotional intelligence that human beings can have? Because here is the truth that no one told you. People who cry easily are not weak. They are not unstable. They are not fragile. People who cry easily are wired differently, emotionally, neurologically, psychologically. Your tears are not a sign of helplessness. They are a sign of high sensitivity, high empathy, and high emotional processing. You feel deeply because your system runs deeper than most. And now we're going to step inside that system and look at the part of you the world never tried to understand. Before anything else, your tears are not random. They have a root, a history, a story. Some people grow up in homes where emotions are loud but unsafe. Others grow up in homes where emotions are silent but forbidden. Either way, the result is the same. Your nervous system becomes tuned to feel everything, even the things others overlook. You were the child who noticed tone before words, who sensed tension before conflict, who felt sadness in a room even when no one said anything. Some people call this overreacting, but psychologists call it heightened emotional attunement. Your brain learned early that emotions matter, so it pays attention deeply. And crying became your body's natural release valve, not weakness, but a safety mechanism designed for protection. Your tears also have a biological explanation. People who cry easily don't experience life the same way others do. Neuroscience shows that your emotional hardware works differently. First, your amygdala, the emotional alarm center of the brain, is more reactive. It lights up faster and stronger, not because you're dramatic, but because your brain takes feelings seriously. Second, your prefrontal cortex, the part that processes meaning, is more active during emotional moments. You don't just feel something and move on. You feel something and examine it. You reflect, you connect it to memories, you try to find meaning. Most people process emotions like headlines. You process them like chapters. Third, your nervous system is in a high sensitivity mode. What others feel at level 2, you feel at level 10. And you don't choose to feel this way. It's how your body absorbs the world. Bright lights, loud tones, hurtful words, sad music. They strike you harder because your sensory threshold is set differently. Tears come quickly not out of fragility, but out of fullness. You feel too much because you notice too much, because your mind records life with more detail than most. Most people don't realize that crying easily is emotional honesty. Think about how many people you know who are emotionally numb, who struggle to express what they're feeling, who hide behind anger or silence because they're terrified of vulnerability. Now, compare that to you. You feel deeply, you express openly, you experience the world emotionally before you experience it logically. This isn't weakness. This is authenticity. Your tears are not evidence of fragility. They are evidence that your body refuses to lie. Some people pretend to be strong while they crumble inside. You allow your emotions to surface. And that is not fragility. That is truth. That is emotional courage. People who cry easily also have emotional radar. You can detect shifts in tone, micro-expressions, hidden sadness, unspoken conflict, tension that no one else notices, pain behind a smile, truth behind a voice. You feel emotional frequencies others can't. Where others see a normal moment, you see a story. Where others see a neutral expression, you feel the emotion underneath. Your crying is not random. It's empathy in physical form. You don't just observe life, you absorb it. If the people around you are hurting, you feel their pain as if it's your own. Not because you want to, but because your brain mirrors emotion. Your tears are not signs of weakness. They are signs of connection. People like you don't experience life in shallow layers. You don't skim, you dive. When you love someone, you love fully. When something hurts, it hurts deeply. When something moves you, it leaves an imprint. You attach meaning where others attach convenience. You assign depth where others assign surface. And that depth is the reason your tears come so quickly. They are not sensitivity. They are symbolic depth. They are the natural outcome of living life with your heart open. And here's something most people don't know. People who cry easily are not bad at controlling emotions. They are experts at releasing them. Others suppress their feelings. They push them down. They swallow them. They store them like locked boxes inside the body. You don't. Your system refuses repression. You cannot store emotional tension for long. So when sadness comes, your system releases. When joy comes, sometimes tears. When overwhelm comes, tears. Crying is not how you break. Crying is how you release. You reset. You recalibrate. Your tears are not weakness. They are regulation. Crying activates the calming system in your body. It lowers your heart rate. It reduces stress hormones. It stabilizes your emotional state. People who cry easily are not unstable. They are self-regulating. Your tears are your body protecting you. They are your emotional reboot. Most people never learn to do this. You did naturally. But here's the part that explains why your sensitivity feels heavy. You are not built for harsh environments. Some people are emotional dandelions. They grow anywhere, in noise, in chaos, in conflict, in stress. But you are an orchid, and orchids are not weak. They are specialized. They require the right conditions to bloom. In toxic environments, you wilt quickly. In harsh social circles, you shut down. In loud emotional spaces, you break. And for years, you blamed yourself for this. But the truth is, your sensitivity is an asset in the right environment. Psychology calls this vantage sensitivity. When people like you are placed in a supportive, safe, emotionally warm environment, you don't just grow. You surpass everyone. You become intuitive, creative, wise, compassionate, emotionally intelligent. Your environment doesn't just affect you. It transforms you. When sensitive people find a safe space, everything changes. When you're around people who don't shame your tears, who don't call you dramatic, who don't tell you to toughen up, your nervous system relaxes, your mind sharpens, your empathy becomes your strength, your creativity unfolds, you become loyal, perceptive, deeply connected. You become exactly who you were meant to be. Your sensitivity becomes your gift, not your burden. So here is the real truth you were never told. You cry easily because you feel deeply. You feel deeply because your brain processes life more deeply. And your brain processes life more deeply because it is built that way. You are not defective. You are not overly emotional. You are not dramatic. You are not weak. You are a high-resolution human living in a low-resolution world. And your tears are the direct proof that you are still connected to your humanity. In a world full of emotional numbness, you remain awake. In a world full of people who suppress everything, you remain open. In a world full of people afraid to feel, you feel everything. Your sensitivity is not a burden. It is a light, a radar, a compass, a guide. You were born with emotional clarity that others spend decades searching for. So the next time someone says you are too sensitive or too emotional, or that you cry too easily, remember this. They are not describing your weakness. They are describing their limitation. You see the world in 8K, and most people are still watching in standard definition. And if you're someone who cries easily, there is one more thing you should know. People like you often become quiet observers in the digital world. You watch more than you speak. You feel more than you post. You stay silent not because you are empty, but because your inner world is full. To others, you might look like a ghost. But psychology says your silence is not emptiness. It may be resilience, it may be depth, it may be wisdom. And if you want to understand the hidden psychology behind people who stay quiet online, then click on the next video. I'll meet you there.